My family is simple. The parents ask me to do something, so I do something. They are good to me, so reasonably, I am good to them. Ask and receive, give and return, supply and demand. Mom and dad are in charge, always. Admittedly, I have, for the most part, lived a comfortable life for a kid. Stable, calm, and effective, this mode of family life is what I have been accustomed to for 17 years. However, last year threatened to overturn this dynamic. As one might imagine, a certain illness stricken my family. My sickness nearly fully departed the household after 10 days, but I could not say the same about my parents. For weeks, they lie dormant, coughing, hacking, vomiting, spitting out what seemed like everything in their systems. Just as an infant child lacks the facilities to provide for itself, so also were my parents utterly powerless in completing the bare necessities of self-care. In fact, mom and dad for a time were not in charge. I was. Suddenly, I had to take on all the adult responsibilities of maintaining a household, a task for which I had no legitimate experience. Grocery shopping, public seemed like a labyrinth in which I was in a constant state of being lost. Cooking dinner, a family cannot eat air-fried chicken nuggets and crinkle-cut fries every night. Scheduling a doctor's appointment, not a chance. This burden weighed heavily upon my heart, so I cried, often. Under the distraction of running water in the shower, I cried. While my dad's incessant coughs suffocated the living room, I cried. For the first time, I understood that my own immature knowledge of adulthood was in fact failing them. I came to the frightening realization that my parents might not live forever, that I'll lose them one day. I longed so deeply to feel like a kid again, to have someone else buy the groceries, to have someone else cook dinner, to have someone else schedule the doctor's appointment. I am only 16 years old. I could not be an adult yet. I do not want to be an adult yet. How do adults even learn to become adults? Is there a book, something to teach me? I desperately needed stability in the face of a rapidly changing world. Fortunately, the stability I needed was closer than I thought. At night, I lie in my boat bed, a full-size mattress atop a wooden deck with a pull-out bed on the starboard. It is the very vessel of which I was at the helm from the days of preschool to high school. In fact, my entire beach-themed room has not been updated since my mom had first designed its decorations. Of course, I added new memorabilia throughout the years, academic medals, honor cards, sporting trophies, but the same giant mural illustrating my personal beach cove still hangs above my head, and the old plush stuffed animals of a manatee, penguin, and shark watch vigil while I sleep. My bedroom encompasses the entirety of my childhood, past to present. Lying in my boat bed, I feel drawn back to the core memories of my past, where I was a child, not the adult. Instead of thinking about the late nights of monitoring my dad's trembling breath while he slept, I remember the many times I would demand that my dad play the living room TV extra loudly to ward off the hidden dangers of quietness. The simpler times erased all sickness from existence. Floating adrift in my boat bed among the waves of St. Petersburg, I recognize that I am the metaphorical captain of my ship. Chance and nature would inevitably beat the tides against me, but I, the courageous captain, am ultimately responsible for how I steer onward. Adulthood is not inherently flawed because of burdens of responsibilities, but it can be overwhelming at times. Maturing is a thing neither to avoid nor to embrace fully. The past is just as important as the future, and the former should not be fully substituted for the latter. I now understand that maturity comes through experience, not a book. It is not something school can teach. My boat bed tethers me to the wonderful times when mommy and daddy did live immortally, and illness could not even lay a finger on them. To some degree, these memories make me a child forever. I know family life will not be simple forever. There will be a time when my two most valuable crew members must disembark while I voyage toward a foreign country of new possibilities. Despite that, I continue sailing fearlessly with memories in mind.